I'm Rais Mohammed. I'm the founding partner of R.M. Warner Law. I am on the board of directors of CAIR-Arizona, the only Muslim civil rights organization in the state of Arizona.
My name is David Shami. I am a volunteer board member with the Council on American Islamic Relations Arizona chapter.
And today we're going to be talking about DEFEND, which is the first word in our themed fundraising virtual event.
What does DEFEND mean to me? When I decided to go to law school almost 15 years ago, it was precisely so that I could defend people from my community from injustice. When I went to law school, when I started thinking about law school, it was in the heart and the heat of the invasion into Afghanistan and Iraq, the lies of weapons of mass destruction that were told to justify those wars. And it really did inspire me to go to law school so that I could, in private practice, one day defend Muslim Americans primarily from that type of injustice.
So what does DEFEND mean to me? And as a lawyer, you would think my answer would naturally be defend means to file a lawsuit or litigate in court. But it's a little different for me. The word defend personally means protection. And protection from what? Protection from civil injustices, protection from oppression in our community. And that happens, the protection happens way before a lawsuit. It actually starts right here at home. And I like to think of the women's suffrage movement. Before there were any lawsuits filed, there was a culture developed of women's rights in the household first, and it grew from there. So when I think of defend, I think of the word protect.
CAIR-Arizona relies on its donor base, people from our community and some from outside of our community who support our mission, which is to defend those minority groups. Primarily, we focus our actions on Muslim Americans, but also a lot of people who are perceived to be Muslim. Without contributions from our community and from people like you, we simply would not be able to exist.
So your investment into CAIR-Arizona helps us defend by paying dividends into empowering people. The most important asset of any civil rights organization are its people. And when I think of how the investment pays off, civil rights work is not free. It costs money to empower people, to organize the community, to create a structure and a narrative that is favorable to our community. I like to think of, for example, the ICC vandalism incident that happened a couple of years ago that I was heavily involved with as a board member of CAIR, and getting people to understand the significance of why speaking out against religious bigotry in our community and cultural insensitivity takes resources, it takes a lot of people, and it takes empowerment of the community. And that's the only way that we can hold our elected officials accountable. It's the only way we can hold lawmakers accountable, and it's the only way that we can really push the important principles of CAIR-Arizona into the community is by empowering our community members.
The work that CAIR does is extensive and expansive. It could be something as simple as protecting a Muslim sister who is discriminated against while shopping for wearing her hijab. It may be going into a charter or public school to address with the administration discriminatory comments or lesson plans being taught to classmates about Muslims, or the failure to protect Muslim students from discrimination by their classmates, to as broad as things like Muslim refugees who are being evicted from their apartments or homes, rental properties, or being asked to leave shopping centers because they look suspicious. Our job is to offer services free of charge. We have attorney and staff who dedicate their days to being there for people who have no other place to go, who have questions about their rights. We use the resources that we get from our community to put on Know Your Rights campaigns or lectures to people interested in school settings, at masjids, so that we can educate our community so that they do know their rights.
So what does defending the community look like with your investment in CAIR Arizona? And that's a lot of different things. I think when I think of what the investment looks like, it involves community engagement. It involves holding our elected officials accountable. It involves creating a structure for our community to respond to things and not necessarily be on the defensive all the time, but be on the offensive and create a culture within the state of Arizona where everybody knows what's important to the Muslim cause, everybody knows what's important to civil rights work generally, and really build an infrastructure where we can have our voices and our interests heard. Right now, it's still an uphill battle. We have a small community here, but a very big community. And I say small community meaning we're very tight, but it is a large and growing community, the Muslim community in Maricopa County. And we really need your support. Fortunately, it doesn't cost a lot of money to run a civil rights organization, but it does require a lot of people. So you can consider your investment as a micro investment, as a long-term benefit plan into the community, into the next generation. And the only way we can do that is with your support.